Hello, today we are with an organization called Cycle Kids, and due to the inclement weather, we're going to actually do the interview inside in their offices. And today I'm speaking with
Julie Eidlet. I'm the founder and executive director of the program.
And Julian, you have your bike here behind your desk, which is very impressive.
I do.
It's very stylish.
One of the things we promote is biking in the community, and so when we go around to visit the schools, we actually go by bike.
Oh,
we do.
Really?
We really do. We put all our stuff in our basket, so we've got all our. We try to promote. We try to do what we promote.
Right. Well, that's a great way to be an ambassador.
Yeah.
Show by doing, not by telling.
Exactly.
That's your standard
way
of doing it. So you founded this organization.
I did.
How long ago?
I founded Cycle Kids 6 years ago,
okay.
And almost 7 years ago now, actually. And
congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. I know every year we've increased the number of children reached, and we've also increased our revenue. So even given this economy, we've been very lucky. And so I started the program when I was reading about children having a problem with type 2 diabetes and heart disease, and then read more and found out that it's from their style of living and the obesity issue that was going on in America today.
Right.
So I actually quit my corporate life and decided to start this program to try to make a difference in the health of children.
That's amazing. Now, were you always a cyclist, or did you realize this was such a great way to combat obesity and disease?
That's a good question. I've always been an avid cyclist.
Okay.
Since I was in high school, I've loved my bike, and it was my way of having fun, riding with friends, competing. I did very little racing, but I have raced a little, just a tiny bit, like only a handful of races, and it was a lot of fun. But mostly I just like riding with friends and going out on long rides on the weekends, like 50 or 60 miles, where it's like half the day, and then it's a great time to visit with people, visit with friends, and just really get outside and enjoy. And so when I started reading about children with type 2 diabetes, it was also, I started thinking, well, what aren't kids doing today that I did as a kid?
Yeah.
And a lot of kids don't know how to ride a bike. We find that in the 4th and 5th grade.
That's amazing.
It's really amazing, I know. In the 4th and 5th grade, we do pre and post testing of the kids to understand what they're learning, and so we're focused on the 4th and 5th grade. And 25% of the kids that we work with either have never been on a bike before or don't know how to ride.
That's
that sad?
Really hard to believe.
I know, it's
but
really
certainly
sad.
Explains a lot of what's happening.
Yeah, and so a lot of times it's, the families don't ride, or they don't have a bike, or the neighborhoods are not perceived safe for kids to go out and ride, so parents don't want their kids out. So by bringing a program to the schools, it allows the kids to learn during the school day under supervision, so it's safer. And if they go out for rides on the road, we have the police officers also go in and work with the children, and the phys ed teachers. They can actually close some of the roads down so the kids actually can go out and practice riding on the road and using their hand signals and understanding how to ride, in traffic, and to be safe and to be aware. So it touches a lot of different aspects of the community.
And you also, besides teaching this safe cycling program, you're very into helmets, and you have a special program.
We have part of our program. It started to work to make a difference in the life of children and to help combat the issues of childhood obesity. And the way I saw for really making a difference was through the bikes and getting kids on bikes. And so we have, as a partner, we have Specialized, who helps us to get equipment to schools as we grow, because our plan is to grow nationally. Right now we're in the Metro Boston area, Cambridge and Somerville, and we're growing into New York City currently, but our plan is to actually become national. And so for us, what we do is to make it easy to implement the program, we do the fundraising for the school. So we grant a program to a school, and a program costs $10,000 a school. So we do a lot of fundraising so that we can give the programs away. And we're currently, in the city of Cambridge, we have a $30,000 grant that we've been given that we have to match with $30,000 by March 31st.
Whoa!
So that we can give 6 programs to the Cambridge community. So we have a tall order that we're working hard to meet.
Well, that can be met. I mean, our viewers, whoever's going to be watching this video or seeing this online, hopefully will see this as a direct call to action to help match this grant. You have a few more months to do it.
We have a few more months, and it's a really The important, I mean, this is a really critical program, and it's really important because it is an intervention program for kids, and the teachers and the schools really see the value of it. And the kids, I mean, we learn from the kids firsthand what it does. I mean, the kids talk about fun riding a bike during the school day, to go outside and play during the school day, and so it has all kinds of impacts on emotion, on, you know, self-esteem, on making new friends. And, you know, when you talk to, like when I go to a class and I ask the little heavy children what they like about the program, they say, the first thing they always say is they like going fast. Because if you can imagine being a heavy child, you can't run. You don't know what it's like to move your body quickly. You get on a bike and you feel speed. It's like the first time in your life that under your own power.
Adrenaline is rushing.
Exactly. Yeah. And so then the kids understand how much fun it is to be physically active. And you can get them riding a bike, and then you can get them thinking about doing other things. And that's
what a great habit to get started. You have some of these great posters here of these kids.
Yep, this is actually up in Harlem, where we have some programs running in New York. And the program is designed to run, it works perfectly in the inner city. As you can see from this poster, all you really need is a basketball court to teach it on. So the lessons can be taught in a very confined space, so it works for the schools. And when we go to a school or a community center, what they receive is they get bikes and helmets and curriculum and workbooks for the kids and in-person teacher training. And they are off and running, and that's their equipment to keep. They don't give it back to us. And so we empower them to be successful. So they teach the program, and it lives on in their schools. And what we have seen over the years is that when we grant a program to a school, we actually have a 100% retention rate. So once the program is implemented in a community and in a school, it lives on. And, you know, we have minimal interactions that are needed for us to keep it going. Because when the younger children see the 4th and 5th graders on bikes, they want to know when they can be a cycle kid. So they're incented. So the teachers, you know, so they're asking for it. The parents hear about it. And there's a school in Cambridge that's been helping us pilot the program for the past 5 years. About 5 years now. And the principal last spring told us that so many kids have been going through the program in her school that the parents all know about it. And so they actually allow their kids now to ride to school. And they have so many more children that are riding to school that they had to put in extra bike racks. So we are seeing it making a difference.
Wow, that's
it's really
amazing
amazing.
results.
It's really amazing.
So what are some of the levels of giving that our viewers might be interested in? Like, are there certain tiers, or and what's the meaning behind each tier? What can be accomplished with that level of giving?
Absolutely. Well, it's $10,000 for a school.
For an entire
so that
school,
gives the whole school the program.
Wow.
And then it's for each bike, it's $250 for a bike, and we get a special price on that from Specialized. They discount the equipment for us. Helmets, it's $30 a helmet, and we give $25 to a school. So $30 to provide a helmet to a school. And then the workbooks and the curriculum, that's another $500 to give the workbooks to the kids every year in the curriculum. So.
Which, you want to tell us quickly about the curriculum?
Sure. The curriculum is actually, it's a workbook, and I have some over here. It's a workbook that we've developed for kids to bring home, and it's a student and parent guide. And it's written such because it's information that's helpful for the families as well. And so what we've found is a lot of children at this age, they really know what they need to be eating, and that exercise is important. But it's giving them something that they enjoy. So a bike is something they can enjoy. And then eating, they know they're not supposed to have certain foods like cookies or candy every day. So we try to teach them lessons that are appropriate to their knowledge. And so we try to teach about once in a while foods and everyday foods, portion control, and how you balance your plate with proteins and starches and fats. And so what we're trying to do through that is allow families to understand what they need to do to be successful with what they have. And so they don't have to worry about, well, we can't afford to buy organic food, or we have a certain ethnic style of cooking, so it really doesn't matter what's going on at home if you follow portion control and if you look at how you balance the food that you're putting on your plate. Because if you take a box of cereal, which we've done, in bowls and give them to a child and say, how much cereal should you have for breakfast? They fill the bowl. So depending on the size of the bowl, size of the bowl, that's their portion. So if you tell them it's supposed to be the size of like a baseball, they look at you like you're crazy. So it's really just a matter of education. And I think, a lot of what we've done when I started Cycle Kids, I based it on the model of recycling and no smoking, which there was this academic awareness of a problem and something that needed to be addressed, and then it became educational in the schools, and that brought it home to the families and into the communities. And so 6 or 7 years ago when I started Cycle Kids, it was this academic awareness that obesity in children was a huge problem. And so my thought was then, well, we need to just re-educate and start with the children and work with families and the communities. And so that's what we've been doing, and we've really seen the results.
Right.
So.
No, it's very incredible what they've achieved
it's
in
really
a very
fun.
short period of time.
Yeah, we have about 1,000 new children a year go through the program.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
with the programs we now have given out to schools and implemented.
This definitely needs to go nationwide. If
Yeah.
if ever a nation needs a program like this, as comprehensive as it is with these workbooks and everything, it's not just about a simple bicycle, but a whole program, a whole level of meaning that goes with
Exactly.
this.
And we have pre and post measurement that we do. So for funders, we have 3 years that we require of a school when we give a program to them to give us feedback.
So you can track the results.
So we
and
track the
everything.
results.
Right.
So we have information for a funder as to how their money has been used.
This is such a professional, systemic way to do what you're doing.
It's great.
Well,
it's a lot of fun.
Now you know why we chose them as one of our partners. We're honored to have them as partners in our inaugural Big Red Giving Wallet year.
And we're grateful to have been asked to do this.
Yeah, it's a shame the weather has turned against us here, but thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
And whoever's watching this video, please forward it to your friends. Because this is important work that's being done. It needs to be supported, so we ask you to please open your Big Giving Wallet and donate to this organization.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.